All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. So it's Friday, 22nd August, and we are here again to see what the market has for us. So without wasting too much time, let's start. So as usual, yesterday we had a very clean price action to the upside, as I mentioned during this session, right? That price was gonna go up. We have price shooting up. We have price shooting up, and it was quite a big move yesterday. So if you're around and you got something out of it, because yesterday we spoke about euro going for this low and then that low, and we had that also nicely. Hence, for today, I think being Friday, we're gonna be pausing. I'm not gonna give any trade idea for today because it's Friday. Anything can happen. The downside delivery is done. So we come back next week for another potential week. But what I want to highlight is what I want how the weekly to close, so that it can give us more insight for next week. So I would like to see the weekly close below previous week low. Okay, so by the close of today, I only see price close below this, and that will give us more reason to look for continuation to the downside. Okay, that will give us more reason to look for continuation to the downside, and then it will give us opportunity for a trade idea going into next week. All right, so let me get rid of this trade here. Also, for price not to come and touch the previous this low here, we don't want price to come and touch it, so that it will leave a fair value gap for next week. If we can leave that fair value gap for next week, again, that would be wonderful, and then we can get some nice trade ideas coming into this particular low going into next week. So if we can get this fair value gap stay open, which we've got quite some time to go. We got 8 hours and 52 minutes to go. By the time we close that candle, we want that fair value gap to hold. Today we have, in terms of news event, we have the Jackson Hole Symposium. Jackson Hole Symposium, and basically it's all day. So it can affect the market at any given point in time. Now, because of that, I'm gonna be expecting maybe a move lower, an aggressive move lower. Okay, so I don't know whether they have a specific time that the news they do that, but if there is, then I'll be expecting that time for them to send price lower. Okay, and on the lower time frame, this would be where, in case anything happens, it can trade to it and then continue going lower. Okay, so okay, so if anything, if they send it up, that would be where they might get to and then drop down. So have that in your charts, and then we will see. GU also, we are likely going to continue going down. I've been backtesting GU all day, and yeah, I think it's gonna continue going down going into next week as well. Our next draw on liquidity will be this equal low. Okay, it'll be this equal low, but it might pull back before getting there. So again, on the lower time frame, highlight this New York gap here. Okay, let me drop to the 15 minutes. There is right there, and that would be where we expect price to reject and go. But I think it's too bearish. It's too bearish to do that, to go all the way there. So maybe today, if we don't go down, then it might stay in a consolidation. Then on Monday they'll take out today's high and then resume going lower. That might be the scenario. Okay, but let's see how this New York session is gonna trade. But so far, I think yesterday I gave you 1 hour chart to sell this level right here and place your stop loss above it, and then target this low, right? I got some of it right there. I shorted right there, stop loss up there, and then this morning I woke up to see some nice profits. Hopefully you too. Now today, my focus is on this pair. My focus is on this pair to go up here, previous week high. Okay. Yesterday during the New York session, I was looking out for this to go up. I was looking for this to go up, but it didn't. It stopped me out because I was expecting them to expand to go there. But it couldn't. So this morning I highlighted this for them to run previous day's low into it and then go up, but it couldn't get there. So what I'm looking forward for is this H4 current candle to close above this. If we do, then I'll be hunting for a buy to go and attack the previous week high, because I think that's where price is gonna go. But it's gonna take some time for the confirmation to take place. So we got 46 minutes. So after 46 minutes, you can look at this candle. If we've closed above, buy, and then expect them to expand up. It could happen today. If it doesn't happen today, then definitely next week, and then I'll be having this level as my proper anchoring for next week, probably the low. Dollar yen, nice move. This is the only pair that I couldn't get an entry on. I was anticipating an entry here in this breaker. That is where I wanted them to come to and then expand out to attack the previous week high, but you know, they didn't, and then price just screamed up. It didn't give any pullback whatsoever and went for it. So I'm currently on the sidelines, but based on the weekly, with today's close, I think we're gonna continue going up. Let me go here. Yeah, we're currently hitting the breaker, but you have huge void to fill. You have a huge void to fill. So watch this candle, the low or the closing price. If we go through it, then we'll be going to close in that imbalance here, right here. If we trade through this, we'll be closing the imbalance. So I think today is a little bit too late. That is the gap that we need to focus on. If for whatever reason a pullback should happen, that's the level to watch. So if you want to get in, maybe place a buy limit here and then just sit and wait. Okay, place a buy limit here and sit and wait. All right, because this is all going to be rebalanced. As in, price will trade all the way up and touch this candle's low. Okay, that's all going to be rebalanced because it went down too quick. They've taken out previous week low over here and then rejected, shifted here. That was a pullback. This is a pullback, and then they're expecting them to go up. So this is be the best entry. Okay, gold. Okay, so gold, yesterday I was expecting them to go and attack this. It ended up being an inside candle. It couldn't go and make a new high. Ended up being an inside candle. So today, let me get rid of this. Today, that's exactly what I'm looking for them to go and run previous day's low, for them to run previous day's low and reject and go up. So once we break, once we run and break, look for the buy. Okay, so I'm expecting them to run the previous day's low here which it looks like they've just done it, right? If I zoom in, they've just dipped right below it and then rejecting. So start looking for a fair value gap to form, an order block to form, and then you can buy, right? Because on the daily, basically that's what's happening. We have an inside candle. What's that? Okay, maybe not an inside candle, but a down candle pulling back into the order block. So we want the previous day's low to be taken, reject, and then go up. Okay, so that's basically what you're supposed to be doing if you want to buy gold. I like it. Okay, it's a high probability trade setup. Okay, they've come back and run out anyone that bought in that move, still respecting the range because we broke structure here. So buy. Crude oil, we are pushing higher. That's the draw on liquidity. Yesterday we had a big push. I actually got an entry on here, right in here, because last, I think that was on I can't remember when, but I spoke about price coming for this and then trading through that. Okay, I did that on Tuesday and Wednesday, but it did leave a fair value gap on the 15 minutes, which is right here. And then yesterday price came during the New York session, dipped into it, rejected. So with the rejection on the 1 hour, it created an order block right here, and that was my entry. So I bought the order block high with my stop loss below this, and then aiming for this equal high. Aiming for this equal high. So that's basically what I'm expecting. We also had a H4 order block, so prices similar to the one that I did on the H1. H4 order block, we've pulled back to it, and then we should expect expansion from here. So crude oil 64.44 is our draw on liquidity. ES, I gave this as a draw on liquidity. It came very close to it, but then rejected. Now, to me, that's still the draw on liquidity. Okay, unless they are accumulating, then a break above this candle's high, a break above that candle's high will then cause price to push higher to over here. But as long as that up candle is in place, I'm still looking for a run below this low. Now it could be accumulation, which is a buy. This whole move to the downside, it could be a buy, and I think I've mentioned it to you all. I'm trying to figure that one out. Okay, when a drop like this is a buy or is a sell, I'm trying to figure out. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not, based on the narrative. But based on the current narrative, it is not obvious to me. Hence, that's why I've highlighted that if we break it, we are going out, because all this move is a buy. If not, with order flow, we expect lower prices, hence this low. Okay, so that is that for the currencies. Let's go to the crypto market, starting with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we are coming for that imbalance. Now, look how nice this is unfolding, right? They've created an up candle already right here. Now, with that, that's a positive sign. Okay, that's a positive sign simply because it's manipulating to go and dip into the gap. So watch this. Between today and tomorrow, you might get this up candle to be broken. Let's get rid of that one. You might get that up candle to be broken, so pay attention. It probably might even happen today, so pay attention to this up candle. They're almost there. Ethereum, with Bitcoin almost at that level, maybe Ethereum might not need to come back down anymore. It might stay at the breaker, or maybe trade into the last down candle here and then expand up. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. As soon as Bitcoin dips into the gap, this might also start pushing up as well. All right, so buying this right now wouldn't be the best idea. Let Bitcoin dip into the gap, then you come to Ethereum to start looking for potential longs. Same thing with it, Solana. Let me get rid of these drawings. Okay, so this one too, watch the last down candle, probably here, this low, and at the same time keeping an eye on the Bitcoin market. If the Bitcoin market dips into it, start paying attention to the 1 hour candle or even the 4 hour. You want to see immediate close. Okay, maybe 1 hour would be good because it can get you in early. So as soon as Bitcoin dips into the gap, come back if you prefer this pair. Okay, the same thing with Ethereum, same thing with Ripple. Ripple is dipping into that level, so all the pairs are almost at a level that they are going to potentially reverse. Okay, so if you want safety, highlight all the up candles prior to the move down on the H4. All the up candles, this one, Ripple, highlight that. If we break it, then you buy. If you want risky ones, then drop on the 1 hour, then look for an immediate close on the 1 hour, then you can start looking for the buy. Hype, I think it almost got to that level and couldn't touch it to go up. Maybe one more run below this low to touch this before rejecting to go up. Possible, but we are in an area price is likely going to reverse. Okay, so if you're selling, be very mindful, be careful. AI16, I think we spoke about this. I wanted to go to 0.099 level before we start going up, so I'm not surprised that it's doing that so far. Okay, so again, all buyers, if you've bought, keep it. If you've not, wait, let them take out this and then buy. And if you bought, once you take out this low, you can start looking for buying more. And then finally, Chasky, we've now dipped into that area, so similar to the other ones, place a highlight the last up candle. If you break it, you're looking for a buy. Okay, all right, so that's pretty much it. It's Friday, so just relax, don't do too much. If you're on the current cryptocurrencies, of course weekends are there, but you can use what I've given up to now. Bitcoin, let it touch here, start waiting for a break of structure, and then what this one will do, you can start looking out for the other ones to do the same thing. And then over here, I'm looking for gold as a potential setup for today, and then euro pound for potential setup for today. All right. Okay, so that's all I have for you for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for this week. And as a final reminder, next 2 weeks or next week, let me double check. 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks. By this time, it will be our last session together, and then I'll be off for the rest of the month of September, and I'll be back on the 1st of October. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next week Monday. Take care.